Hi, I'm Angela Chase. I am a radio personality in Dallas-Fort Worth, and these are 5 things I hate about working in radio. Number 1, hands down, the hours. And I am talking about morning drive and evenings in particular. So mornings are the most prestigious position you can get in radio. That's when most people are listening to the radio, they're actually paying attention, people will get to know your name, your bits are a little bit longer. It's great for developing a following, and it's also really great for advancing your career, because if you have mornings on your resume, it makes it that much easier to get a job at a different station or get a job at a different market. But you have no life. It is incredibly lonely working mornings because you are going to bed when other people are having dinner, you're waking up when most of the world is sleeping, and you are getting off work when most people are having lunch. So if your friends want you to meet up for dinner or happy hour, you can, but you're gonna pay for it the next day because you do need to be in bed by about 8 or 9 o'clock at night so that you can get up at 2, 3, or 4 in the morning. And yes, you can take a nap, but trust me, it is not the same as getting a full 8 hours of sleep. Evenings, on the other hand, are very difficult to have a personal life because you are on the air from 7 until midnight. So that is the time of day that most people are socializing. So you can't go to a concert or a game or any sort of activity with your friends or your family members unless you take the day off work. You've got to take a vacation day to do something that most people simply take for granted. So that's the first thing that I hate about working in radio. Number 2, instability. You are never safe in radio. It is an extremely volatile industry. In fact, there is an old saying, you're not a true radio professional until you've been laid off and rehired twice. And it can be for reasons totally outside of your control. I mean, you could have been a rock star employee, award-winning, everybody loves you, you do everything you ask, you're the hardest working person in the building, but if you were on, say, a country station and it flips to rock, you've been branded as a country person, more than likely they're not going to keep you on for a rock format. So that part, extremely difficult. It can also potentially mean that you have to move markets. So then you have to ask yourself, are you willing to uproot your life for your job? Number 3, now this one does seem pretty ironic, but social awkwardness. You would think somebody who makes their money talking to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, would be very, very comfortable socially, and that's just not true. In fact, I think I've become more socially awkward since I have been on the radio than I ever was before. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You are in a room with headphones on your head, having a conversation with yourself that you have designed to sound like you are talking to one person. So you get really good at talking to people, but you don't get very good at listening to people. It is a one-way street. And so I've found that my listening skills have really suffered. I don't necessarily ask questions that I should be asking in social situations. It's just very, very strange, very ironic, and definitely one of the things that I truly hate about working in radio. Number 4, and I feel like this is on the heels of number 3, and that is that I think I've become so much dumber since working in radio. I have an English degree, so I used to be pretty good at writing and spelling and grammar, and honestly, I feel sorry for anybody who has an English degree because you deserve so much better than to be alongside me because I have just gotten so awful. You are not speaking or writing in an elevated sense as you would be if you were writing a paper. I mean, you are writing the way that you talk. So your grammar definitely goes by the wayside. Your spelling, because, well, you don't need it. Nobody's actually seeing what you're writing. And I just feel like, whereas I used to be a lot sharper, I've lost a lot of that. And it makes me really, really sad. And that brings me to number 5, and that is ticket request. If I could, I would give each and every single one of you free tickets. I would love to do that because people love getting free stuff. Well, the problem with that is we really just don't get tickets the way that we used to. So when I started working in radio, it was in 2005 and tickets were not a problem. But something happened between 2005 and now, and that's the fact that artists no longer make money selling music. So they do rely on their ticket sales for that. So when it comes to getting free tickets from the radio station, it's possible. But if you really, really, really want to go to a show, it's best to just go ahead and buy those tickets for yourself, because we might get 5 pairs to give away, and that's it. That's all that we're going to get. And those are already allotted to winners. So it's like, oh, you'll get 5 pairs of tickets to give away at this time on this week. And then we have to present a list of who the ticket winners were. Now, sometimes the winners don't pick up the ticket. So if it is around 5 o'clock, day of show, and there's still tickets lying around, you might be able to get them. But that is, of course, if your name is at the top of the list. Because think about it. You've got a station full of other people who also want those tickets. And if you aren't at the very top of it, you might just be out of luck on that. So tickets, extremely difficult to get your hands on, and sometimes you feel bad because it's like, I just feel like I am the no machine, always saying, no, I can't get you those tickets, or I feel like people think I'm just making up some excuse, but the fact of the matter is, we really don't have them, and when I go to a concert, it's a concert I really want to go to, typically I'll go ahead and buy tickets. So that's it. 5 things that I hate about working in radio. If you want to know more about these in depth, I would love to do another video. If you work in radio and you'd like to add a few things, please feel free to comment below. I am Angela Chase, and thank you so much for watching.